Morning everybody. Thought I'd do a video around deferred annuities. It's only a short video. I've got a helpful assistant today, my little girl Anna. You may well hear the my dog Renzo. Sorry about that. As I always say, he's a pug, so he just makes noise all the time. He's really annoying. So Anna, can you keep an eye on, make sure I'm drawing in the right place?
Yeah, just trying to get Renzo.
Okay, right, here we go. So, hope you're all right now. Is that about right, Anna?
No, you're Penny in the shop.
Tell me to go.
That way.
All right, here we go. Okay, so deferred annuities. If I write them out first of all, they're written in the form like this. So, explaining that, so that's an annuity paid in arrear for n years or n periods, but it's deferred for m periods of that. So in this one, the first payment is at t equals m plus 1, and then the final payment is at m plus n. Equivalent in advance, so go through this. The first payment is at time m, and then the final is at m plus n minus 1. If you remember, when we have an advanced annuity, the final payment isn't at m, is at the period before that, n plus 1. We put that on a graph for a payment of 1. We'll put m on there, we'll put n on there, so this is obviously the time axis. 1 there, n minus 1, dot, dot, dot. So these represent the regular payments. And of course this is the m plus 1. So note I should have noted the vertical line which represents the deferred period. So you have to be a little bit careful. I've had some students sometimes get in a muddle with that and think that this is an amount multiplied by the annuity. So be a little bit careful there. This isn't. When you see this vertical line, that's the key thing to say this is a deferred annuity. If I was going to put, say, if these payments were say 4, it would be written as 4 m vertical a double dot n in this case. If you remember, this is an advanced annuity, so it starts at time n. So just watch out for that a little bit in exam questions. Not that that's meant to trick you. It won't be written in that way to trick you, but it should be clear. However, be careful. Right. Okay. So how can we calculate these things? So looking at this example again, what do we got? Well, here we've got an advanced annuity for n minus m periods, or years in this case. So this gives the correct number of payments. Obviously, if we just had n, it would include these payments here, which we haven't got. So we have to be a little bit careful. Of course, we've got now this annuity represents a present value at this point. So if we shift it by v to the m, that and that, so v to the m, a, like that, equals, oh sorry, double dot, m, a, n, double dot. There we go. So, what's useful for this as well? So first of all, we've got What's kind of one of our standard formulas for it. But also this is now an NPV. We've calculated a present value at this point here now. So now we've got this as an NPV. This implies that we can go and calculate the equivalent S. And that equals 1 plus I. We're going to go the whole period. So we're going to go N plus M. And then we multiply that by our annuity, which we've already calculated. So there we go. So you can start to see once again how we can play through time with these things. Of course, there is another way we could calculate the accumulated value at time n on this. We could just straight accumulate each of these payments all the way to this point here, to point n. Got to be a little bit careful because we can't just use n. So this thing here is deferred annuity. It should also equal that, I believe, which makes sense because as we've said, at point M it's an advance annuity, so therefore the final payment should be at n minus 1 or M plus n minus 1. I think actually I've written that wrong there. I should have put that because obviously I forgot that period there. So I think that works. So we can test that. I haven't calculated it, not yet, but that there should equal that. I think this is a double dot on top of that. Not, it looks like a 10, but so you can see how once you've got your timeline of cash flows, you can start to use our traditional annuities to calculate values, but also, you know, you might get explicitly asked to come up with an expression which kind of simplifies this, which obviously relies on that, but then of course that relies on that. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's deferred annuities. Once again, bit of practice required on that. We'll come up with some questions. So yeah, next one I think I'll do is increasing annuities. Bye.